The ultimate responsibility for any city response lies with the mayor, and he did not exercise the leadership that was necessary throughout the unrest.
City Controller Rebecca Rhynhart released earlier today an 81-page report. It says a lack of leadership and planning led to cascading negative consequences during the spring's civil unrest. She says the city did not have enough officers or resources ready to respond to the May 30th protest or the chaos that followed.
Because there was understaffing, police on the first night of looting in Center City did not have adequate staffing to arrest and transport, so looting went on for hours.
She says police felt under siege.
Because of the lack of staffing, appropriate staffing, that police often resulted in inappropriate force.
Rhynhart says that for previous protests, police would plan for a variety of responses, from mounted patrol to an anti-looting squad.
There was a blueprint.
City officials had been receiving intelligence for days about violence and unrest in other parts of the country, and they knew of a planned protest in Philly for May 30th. Rhynhart says the blame is shared by several top officials, but her harshest criticism was for the mayor.
Was he really supposed to be in on the conversations planning for this protest, or where exactly do you see the failure?
I think that as the leader, when there's something as big as this happening, there is a responsibility to lean in and say what's going on.
In response, a spokesman for the mayor issued a statement that says in part, specifically, we reject her unsubstantiated claims that the mayor and members of his administration did not exercise leadership. The statement goes on to say, admitting mistakes, committing to fixes, following through. That is far greater leadership than Monday morning quarterbacking by an official more focused on her own resume than in actually making Philadelphia a better place. Kelsey Romano was one of the protesters who was tear-gassed and struck with pellets on the I-676 embankment. She and her husband, Chris, were protesting against police brutality. Our video cameras were rolling when Kelsey was dragged down the hill by an officer. Both were trapped trying to escape the tear gas.
We honestly both thought we were going to die. I had no idea what was happening physically to my body. I started to projectile vomit at that point.
The Romanos were disappointed in the mayor's response to the controller's report.
The mayor seems to be talking out of both sides of his mouth. Like, you can't apologize, on one hand and then accept no responsibility on the other.
But she says she's willing to give him a chance this upcoming budget season.
The budget is the first place that he can show us that he's actually caring about this issue.
The issue of police funding is expected to be a big topic during City Council's budget deliberations this spring. The controller is also planning to review the police department's budget and spending. For the investigators, I'm Claudia Vargas, NBC10 News.
And to review the controller's full report, head to our website, NBC10.com.